Tired of being away from work.
I forgot to punch out.
Tired of the virus ruining life.
Well, it's all horseshit.
Feeling sleep deprived.
Are you yawning?
You feel like you're losing your mind.
Any boy?
Have you just straight up had enough?
Fuck.
Then welcome to the COVID-19 19 Days of Movie Recommendations. Today's episode, Bad Boys for Life. Bad Boys for Life is the sequel, actually it's the third film in the Bad Boys trilogy now. It stars Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, and since I never got to properly do a movie review on it because I never got to see it in theaters, and then I didn't actually get to see it till it was released on digital a few weeks ago where I bought it on Blu-ray, I finally get to talk about it now. Now, before we head into it, it's going to be some spoilers, but man, Bad Boys for Life is a really action-packed film. I really think anyone that is a fan of the first two Bad Boys should see it. If you haven't seen the first two Bad Boys, you should probably watch it just to get more context on the situation. But I feel like somebody that hasn't seen the Bad Boys movies beforehand could still like it, because Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are very charismatic in the film. Of course, they always are. They're always really comedic and funny and just pull off a really good time. Except for Will Smith with Gemini Man. But, you know, it is still a really cool movie. So the story is Mike. There's this attempt on Mike's life, an assassination attempt by this Cortez. Oh gosh, I forget what it was called. It's a cartel. But it turns out the person that tried to assassinate him is his son, because the main leader of this drug cartel has history with Mike, and now has her son hunt him down. But Marcus wants to retire, but Mike of course talks Marcus into being bad boys one last time. But by the end of the film, it's not going to be one last time, because they're like bad boys for life. But there could be a new bad boy, because Will Smith's character Mike, after he puts his son in jail, he actually says that his son is up for parole, and says that if he wants to work the streets with him, he can. Or at least that's how they left it off to be. But man, it's such a funny film. There's a lot of great jokes. I mean, even very serious moments gets a laugh. Like, there's a moment where Marcus is dangling over an edge, and there's fire, and he could definitely die. If he gets dropped, he dies. But he's like, I feel my ass cooking. Like, little things like that are really great. And Martin Lawrence has always been a master of comedy. Will Smith too, as previously discussed. But some other things in the film, the action was terrific. A lot of the fights, like the warehouse, Will Smith just busts through there and just starts. Man, he takes care of them. The final fight is great with the helicopter crashing through the roof, and Mike's like, don't shoot the pilot, shoot the router. And then Marcus is like, I'm going for the pilot. He shoots the pilot, and the helicopter starts crashing down. It was really great. And the final confrontation with Mike and his son is really fantastic, because there's an earlier joke earlier in the film about Marcus penetrating a man's soul with his heart, and Mike stops fighting his son, and he says, I'm gonna penetrate his soul with my heart. And that was really fantastic. But this is definitely a top movie recommendation for me. And if you're looking for something to do during COVID-19, you have a fun, family. They're looking for a good laugh. Of course, I mean, there is a lot of F-bombs in this. It's rated R, so watch around the kids. But it's still a fantastic film. And if you're a fan of the first two Bad Boys, watch it. If not, maybe watch the two Bad Boys and go into it, or not. You might even end up liking it then. But go watch it. Let me know if you've already seen it, what your thoughts are on it. Thanks for joining me on day 1 of the COVID-19 movie recommendations. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe from the virus. Goodbye.